Greetings, fellow followers, and welcome to the new year. And today, to start off that new year with our practice, we're going to do a little extra focus on the core. And just to refresh our memories, the core is our midsection, our torso, and it's also any muscle that attaches an appendage to our trunk. So yes, that means pretty much everything. And we are going to hit pretty much everything today with a little extra focus on the trunk, the muscles of the trunk. Because we haven't really done a lot of that lately. Yeah, we really haven't. We're going to fire it up a little bit today. So get ready for this. Have your mat at the ready. Whatever accoutrements you think you might need, you never know. It's always good to be ready. And let's get this thing started. To the mat. Yes, we will start standing. A little inhale, the arms up, rise up the heels. And exhale, nice and controlled. Back down with the breath. Inhaling, lengthening, coming up. And on the exhale, maintaining that length as you float back down. Let's get two more here, making sure that we're not popping our chest and our rib cage up. Standing long. We don't want to be here. Our spine will be much heavier if we do it that way. All right, now we'll inhale, squat down. Exhale, come up, single leg stance. Inhale down. Exhale to the other side. One more to each side. Bring it back down, inhale to the squat. Little extra lift, interlace the fingers, bring them up. Hold here, heels up. And exhale and release back down. All right, then we're going to step a foot behind, bring it down as low as you can comfortably manage. Press back up, and then to the other side. Making certain that that planted foot and knees stay facing forward. Just trying to warm things up a little bit so we can really get into it later. Oh yeah. One more time each side. And back up to center. Then we're going to step those feet out wide, turn the toes out a little bit. Elbows in. Inhale, sitting the hips back, keep the knees open. Exhale, press up. With a breath. One more. We'll bring those arms out to the side. Elbows lined up with the shoulders, 90 degrees. Spin the pinky fingers out a bit. And drop back down into that squat as low as you can comfortably go, keeping form, making sure those knees aren't collapsing in. If you find that's what they do, come up a little bit. You're not helping yourself any there if that's what's happening. Then if you'd like, if it feels comfortable, you can kind of rock side to side a little bit. And we'll bring it back to center. Press back up. Let your arms have a little release, a little shake out. So we are not done with that yet. Now we're going to bring them out to the side. Make sure those shoulders are relaxed. Drop back down. And we're going to inhale, dip to the left, lengthening the right. Exhale back to center. And then to the left. Make sure that you don't collapse into the other side. Stay long on both sides. Keep the spine happy. Stretch the obliques. Contract the obliques. Two more each side. Don't rush. Don't get ahead of the breath. Bring it on up. Level out the heels and toes, or you can turn the toes in a little bit if that's comfortable. Clasp the hands behind the back. Inhale, pull them down, opening the chest. Engage the quadriceps. And on the exhale, nice hinge. Forward, leading with the chest. Release the arms. You can fold them, let them hang. Place them on the floor or on a block. You can place them on the floor or on a block with your fingertips turned in towards you. If you're really tight through the shoulders, through the wrists, to the arm, this is particularly beneficial. Or you can move through any combination of those things. Make sure those quads stay active, they're flexed and not just hanging out. That's what's helping us stretch and protect our hamstring at the same time. Using our abdomen to pull ourselves down. Then we're going to take a walk over to our right ankle, and if you want to, if it feels okay, you can give that left knee a little bend. And we'll walk it over to the left ankle, bending the right if you'd like. Back to the right one more time. And one more time to the left. Bring it back to center. Then we walk over to the right, turning that right foot towards the short edge of our mat. Left heel stays down, that foot turns in a little bit as well. Then we're going to make sure our right hip and right knee are lined up. We want that right hip hugged in. Lift the torso a little bit. Left quad is active, it's flexed. We're going to bring our arms out to the sides. Then on an inhale, we're going to sweep right up to warrior one. On an exhale, open to warrior two. Make sure that front right knee stays facing forward and doesn't collapse in. And let's inhale, dip back to reverse. Exhale, back to warrior two. Inhale, straighten that right front knee. Exhale, roll those right ribs up as we come into triangle. Use a block here if you need it. The goal is not to touch the floor. We want to keep the chest open. So bring yourself up as high as you need in order to achieve that. We're going to bend that right knee again. Place our hand on the instep. Again, use a block if you need to. And if you'd like, extend that left arm overhead, a little more length on the left side. And that left arm back up. Then we're going to pivot it back down. So we're kind of like right back to where we started. And we'll walk it over to the other side. Set ourselves up in the same manner. Left foot towards the short edge of the mat. Right heel down. Turned in a little bit. Make sure left hip, left knee lined up. Lap tip hugged in. Right quad active. Get that torso a little lift. And arms out to the side. Then on an inhale, sweep right up, warrior one. On an exhale, open to warrior two. Watch that front left knee. Make sure it stays facing forward. Shoulders relaxed. On an inhale, dip back to reverse warrior. Exhale, back to warrior two. Inhale, straighten that left knee. And on the exhale, left ribs roll up as we come into triangle on this side. We're going to start to bend that left knee down in the side angle pose. Left hand on the instep or block if you need to. And if you like, reaching that right arm overhead for a little more length. Bring that right arm back up. Exhale, sweep it down. I'm going to walk back to center right where we started. We're going to heel toe the feet back in, about hip width apart. You don't have to be touching or together. Inhale, sweep the arms up, sit the hips back into chair pose. Press back up. And on the exhale, drop the left. Lengthen the right side. Inhale to lift up. And exhale, drop the right. Lengthen the left. Inhale that right arm back up. I'm just going to switch perspectives. Tailbone lengthen down. And on the exhale, nice hinge. Down to forward fold. Bend the knees if you need to. You don't want to be all rounded here. Level out that spine. Use the quads. Use the abdominals to pull yourself down. And lengthen that back side of the body. Shoulder blades plugged in. Not here. Let's do a nice hinge right back up. And exhale, release back down again. Inhale, reverse our hinge. Exhale, one last time, back down. And from here, we're going to take it down to a nice little forearm plank. Make sure your elbows are under the shoulders. Your wrists are lined up with the elbows, palms down, fingers spread wide, no hand holding. Quads active, heels pressing back like they're pressing into a wall. If it's easier for you to get the sensation or to maintain form by doing that, you can go ahead and give that a try too. And let's release down. Maybe scoot those elbows just outside the torso. Then we're going to lengthen the spine and lift into cobra. Draw the shoulder blades down and back, opening the chest. Nice activation stretch through our spine. Lower back down. We're going to put those elbows back under the shoulders. We're going to bend the knees, engage the hamstrings, and lift the hips. Don't get complacent in that knee bend. Use those hamstrings like you're really trying to pull your heels towards your butt. And release back down. And then we're going to go right back into our lovely little forearm plank. All the way up if you can do it. If not, have the knees down. As you're ready, lift the knees back up. Lower back down. We're going to roll it over onto our left side. Left elbow under the left shoulder. We're going to bring our right foot out in front. We're going to lift into a side plank. A little variation on a side plank. Lower back down. We're going to switch sides. I'm just going to go forward so I stay facing the camera. Right arm down, elbow under the shoulder. Extend that right leg. Left foot comes around front. And we lift and lengthen. And lower back down. Kind of flip it around. That works nicely towards seated. Feet flat. Spine up nice and tall. Keeping that spine nice and long. Hinge back till you feel some activation in the middle. Bring the arms forward. Now you can either keep it here, or if you feel ready, you can give those feet a little lift. Now you can choose to either keep it here, or we're going to extend the stretch pose, just hovering above our mat. Front body is still entirely active. Lift back up to boat. Take breaks as you need it, and pop right back into it. We'll bring the feet down. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, maintain that length and let yourself fold forward over your thighs, over your knees. Let the head, neck, and shoulders relax. Bring back up. Extend the legs out. Inhale, bring the arms up, lengthening. Exhale, hinge forward, don't reach forward. On the inhale, we're starting to roll back. Bringing the arms overhead. Exhale, the arms come back up. Begin lifting. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, coming forward. Nice little series with the breath. Nice and controlled. One vertebrae at a time. Doing our best to keep our feet planted. We'll do one more. And in our seated forward bend. Quads are active. Who'd have thought? pulling us forward. It's what's allowing us to stretch, release, and protect our hamstrings as they're stretching and releasing. Let's bring it back up. Place those feet flat again. Nice and tall. Hinging back. Feels like we've been here before. Feel that activation. Arms forward. Lift the feet. If you're able, if you feel ready, you can extend those knees. Really gets into those quads. Lower down to stretch pose. Back up to boat. Yes, I'm shaking too. Back down to stretch pose. And release. Roll over onto that right side. We're going to do our side plank on this side again. Bring that left foot around front. Right leg extended. And when you're up in your side plank, you should be a nice straight line from the crown of your head right through to the ankle. Make sure everything lines up nicely. Lower back down. Move on over to the other side. Because yes, you guessed it. We must do our plank on this side. All right. Elbow under that shoulder. Palm down. Left leg lengthening at the ready. And here we go. Lower back down. Flip it back onto the belly. Let's take our little baby cobra pose again for a moment. Lift and lengthen the spine. Shoulder blades drawn down and back. And release down. And now we're going to take it back to our forearm plank. Now, if you like, you can start to walk the feet in for dolphin. Walk it back to our forearm plank. Lower back down. Now we're going to press up into a plank on our palms for a brief moment. And press back to a down dog. Knees bent if you need to. The goal isn't to get your heels to the floor. It's to be a nice long line from your tailbone to your shoulder to your wrists. Let's inhale the right foot up. Exhale, bring it back down, then the left. Exhale, bring it back down. Look up. Walk, step, or jump your feet to the hands for forward fold. Inhale, nice hinge back up. And on the exhale, sit right back into chair pose. Inhale, bring it up. And on the exhale, hinge to half forward fold, nice flat back. We're going to bring our arms at our sides, make sure the spine stays long. Inhale, press the palms forward as much as is comfortable. And exhale, press them back with the breath. Two more times. Inhale, sweep that hinge right up. And exhale, release to the sides. Those shoulders a little shake out. Now we'll flip forward. We'll do a little balancing interlude here. We'll bring that right leg up. Grab hold underneath, support underneath. Make sure those left toes stay facing forward. Pelvis locked into place. And as you're ready, press that heel out. Extend the knee a few times. And we're going to hold it. Bend, release, tap down if you need to. And we're going to take it to tree. So place that foot either above or below the knee. Don't place it at the knee. We don't want that pressure pushing right into our knee on the medial side. That would be very good. And then you can either bring your hands to the heart center or extend them overhead. Make sure that right hip is opening. Our glutes are working to pull that knee back. Release the arms, release the foot. Tap down if you need to. Then we're going to take right hand to right foot. Find our center. We're going to start to reach forward, hinge a little bit with the left. If we feel pretty stable and balanced, we can activate that right glute to give that knee a little bit of a lift. We're not pulling it up, we're using our butt muscles to make that action happen. And again, right back up to center. And bring that foot back down. We'll shake out. And now we shall do the other side. Bring that left knee up. Support underneath, nice and tall. Hips locked into place. And we'll start extending that knee. And then we'll hold. Bend the knee. Release the hands. Tap down if you need to. Otherwise, as we're ready, take it right to tree. Remember, foot above or below the knee. Hip opening. Stay nice and tall and long. And we'll release the arms, release the foot, tap down if you need to. And left hand, left foot. Start to reach forward and hinge with the right. As we're ready, activate that left glute. Hinge right back up. And down. Alright. Back to the top of the mat. If you're not already there. Inhale the arms up. Lengthen that tailbone down. Nice exhale. Hinge to our forward fold. And then let's take a step back to our down dog. You can pedal the legs a little bit here if you like. Stretch out the backs of them, the lower leg a little bit more. And let's inhale the right one up. Bend the knee, open the hip so that we're looking under the right armpit. Staying long on both sides. Now we bring the hips back to level. Swing that right knee to the right wrist. Scoot the left foot back. Level out the hips. Now if you feel yourself collapsing, place a block, pillow, blanket underneath that right hip to prevent that from happening. Inhale, find some length here. And on the exhale, keep that length as you release forward. Walk it back up. Inhale, find length again. And on our exhale, step it back to our down dog. Inhale the left foot up. I'm going to bend the knee, open the hip, looking under the left armpit. Bring those hips to level. Left knee, left wrist, right foot scoots back. Use that prop if you need to underneath the left hip. Inhale, find length. And exhale, keep the length and release forward. Walk it back up. Inhale, find length. And exhale, back to down dog last time. And bring the knees down. We're going to bring our right knee down, stack the knee under the hip over the knee, however you'd like to look at it. Go up tall. Turn that tailbone under so we lock the pelvis into place. Left foot is lined up with that right knee. Again, nice and tall. This is active, so there should be no movement when we do this series from our top of our pelvis on down. Stuck in the mud. Bring the arms out, shoulders relaxed. Going to inhale, start to dip to the right, stretching my obliques, loading the glutes on the right. Now, if you can't touch the floor, use a block. If you feel yourself collapsing, use a block so we stay nice and open. On the exhale, use those obliques to lift back up. Inhale, dipping down. Exhale, coming back up with the breath and under control. Two more. Make sure you're not pressing off the floor as you come up. If it feels really easy, you probably are. Last one here. We're going to come all the way up and over. Really lengthening and opening our right side. Bring it back to where we started. We're going to dip back down again. And then, the tendency here is to want to shift forward. That's how we know we're compensating. Use that glute and lift that leg. Bring it back down. Lift back up. And let's switch to the other side. it's more comfortable if you need to roll the mat under, place a pillow or blanket under there, certainly feel free to do so. Let's get everything lined up. Hip over the knee, foot lined up with the knee. Lock it into place. Bring those arms out. And inhale, stretching the right obliques, loading the left glute. Exhale, use those right obliques with the breath. Two more. All the way up and over. Stretch and lengthen that left side. Bring it back to center. Here we go. Bringing it back down. Make sure that we don't shift. Use that glute and lift. And yes, you might have to put a little more weight into the hand, but we don't want to lose the integrity at our hip. Lower back down. Lift up. Let's take it to seat. We'll stretch those hips out a little bit more since we just got a little more work in. Let's place our left shin in front of the right. We don't want to tuck our feet into the body, just keep it so the shins are basically parallel. Inhale. Find length. And then exhale. Release forward. You can kind of lock the hips side to side a little bit. Bring it back up. Switch the shins. And release forward. Walk it back up. We're going to roll it all the way back. Let's bring our knees over the hips in at 90. Hands on the front of the knees. They're pressing into each other. So the left is going to stay pressing into the left. Inhale, lengthen on the right side. Exhale, bring it back together. And then the left. Making sure that we maintain neutral spine. So if you can't extend very far, that's okay. Stay within your means. And as you keep practicing, your means start to expand. We will reach new limits. One more time each side. Keep the knees there. Bring the arms out to the sides. Now we're going to inhale. Drop the knees down to the right. Exhale, using those obliques. Bring them back to center. And then to the left. With the breath. Two more each way. Extend those legs up. Use those quad muscles. We're going to use our abdominal muscles now to close that gap. Bring your legs in closer towards you and hold. Release. Oh, I think we can do that one more time. We certainly can. All right, bring those legs back up. Last time. Pull them in closer. And release. Extend the legs out on the floor. Bring the arms overhead. Interlace the fingers. Nice big deep inhale. Gathering up all of your tension. Flex all your muscles. Make a face. Hold it. Hold everything. Exhale. Release. Let it all go. Your arms to your sides. And take Shavasana. let's roll it over onto the right or left side to the fetal pose. And we'll press it back up to seated. Nice and tall, relax shoulders. Inhale, lengthen those arms up one last time. And exhale to the heart center. Namaste. Now you can go. Bring on the day, the week, and the new year. Charged up and ready to go. Thanks for joining. And have a great rest of your week. Bam, awesome job. I'll see you on the next one.